Hey guys, welcome to another 31 Horror Toys in 31 Days review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Outer Limits Gremlin figure. Now this is from the... shoot, I don't remember the name of the episode. I'll post it in the description or whatever. But this is from the episode with William Shatner where he's on a plane, he looks out the window and he's like, holy cow, there's a guy in a weird fluffy suit, clearly some sort of furry, who's hanging on the wing of the plane. And everyone else is like, yeah, that's a common thing. And then the episode ends like that. No, I'm just kidding. I actually know how it goes, but I'm sure if you're watching this review, you also know how it goes. And if you don't, you will watch the episode because I am daring you to. It's Halloween. It's time to watch Outer Limits. Come on, give it a try. Or is it Outer Limits? Oh my goodness. Now I'm questioning myself. Twilight Zone or Outer Limits? I'm not even going to bother looking this one up. You know what? You guys do it for me. It'll piss some people off that I started out saying Outer Limits and then Twilight Zone. And then I'm not sure, so you guys decide for me. I don't really care all that much. I just got the figure a while ago, and I figure it's a pretty good time to review them since we've got 31 horror toys to go through. So this figure is a very odd thing. It's from, I believe, EMCE Toys, which is when they were kind of reproing the whole... either that or it's NECA. I don't think it's NECA though. Let me see. He might have some markings on him. Nope, EMCE Toys. It's when they were kind of coming out with new Mego-styled figures. They had a bunch of, like, repro Star Trek figures from the Mego style. And just all sorts of stuff like that. And then they came out with some original stuff, which is like this guy here. And they're pretty cool. They fit in with the Mego figures pretty well. If I had one next to me, I'd show you. But I put them all in a box somewhere. Because I'm smart. And I didn't bother digging. This is how thorough I am, guys. I didn't bother digging out a figure. I didn't bother finding out if he's Twilight Zone or Outer Limits. I just grab a figure and I'm like, I'm going to review this. So, anyway, as for the figure himself, we're going to take a look at the sculpt and paint, which there's not much. We'll also look at the fine plush parts of his furry little body. Little pudgy belly there. Alright, so... for sculpt and paint, we really just have to look at the face. There's nothing else to go off of except for maybe his hands, which are basic, kind of Mego-styled sculpted hands. No real detail there. For the face, I think it does capture the look. I can't remember, there is, the actor who played him was in something I've seen that is very obscure, and if I even mention it, you guys probably wouldn't know. I think he's from Danger Island. I think that's where he's from. And none of you will ever know that, because it was like the most obscure thing ever. Alright. So the paint on him is decent. It gets the nice dark circles under his eyes. The eyes are even. And then the face sculpt is pretty good. It looks like a human face under there. I can't remember if this is what he actually looked like, per se, but it looks about right to me. He's got the big lamps up there, the big Manson lamps. And then as for the fur, it's all nice and soft. You feel like you could just sleep next to this guy, have him as your pillow or something. He's got this big pudgy belly, which is not part of the sculpt. It's an added piece of padding. You can see he's just got a regular Mego body under here. Or Mego style body, like I said. Not sure why they were able to use these. I don't know if it was the same type of company as Mego, or someone bought the rights to it, or if the rights just like went out so they were able to release a bunch of these. But I'm sure someone will look this stuff up, post it in the comments for me, because I am honestly just too lazy to do it right now. See, and then something weird is he has Velcro on his chin here, but the rest of this hat is glued to his head, so I'm not sure why they did that. I don't know why at all they would do that, really. So let me put that back. But yeah, he's got the fluffy gremlin look to him. You can imagine him on the side of a plane using bad effects all over the place and being like, I'm going to take this part of the plane, just throw it. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? I'm not quite sure what the gremlin's whole thing was. Like, why was he a gremlin? Why did he just look like a guy wearing a furry suit? You're going to have to go back and watch the episode. I'm pretty sure they don't explain anything, and you're just left scratching your head by the end of it. But at the same time, it wasn't a bad episode as far as those older horror-esque, sci-fi-esque things go. You can see that the fur is pretty much just all-encompassing, so I don't know quite what to say about that. It's a nice fur. If he were a plush toy, he'd be a regular plush toy. I don't know. But as for the articulation, which is what we'll move on to now, for the head, he can do a full 360 spin. There's no ball joint, so he can't look up or down or anything. Then at the shoulder, he can move up a very little bit. Well, nah, it feels like you can work it to almost a right angle to his body. He can move forward and back. It's all inhibited by the clothing he's wearing. Forward, back. And then at the elbows, he can bend to about a 9-degree angle. And then there's no swivel at the elbow. You can kind of get some kind of swivel up at the shoulder, so you can get his arms turned a bit, but not much. It looks like he's doing a chicken dance or something. Alright. And then at the wrists, he can do a full 360 spin, move outward and inward. So not bad. He's got a hinge and a spin there. Then at the waist, there's a bit of rotation. A little bit of back and forth and side to side, because it's a kind of a ball joint type thing. The way Mego figures work is weird. They've got all of their joints attached by this rubber band that runs through. It's kind of like the G.I. Joe figures were. That's attached to both legs, and then it shoots through there and goes to there, and then the head's just got a peg in there. That's pretty much it. But then, let's see, at the hips here, you can kick forward. You could probably kick it forward as much as you want. It won't stay because he's got the rubber band that springs him right back. Then he kicks back quite a bit. Can not really get into any sort of split. That's pretty much what he can do there. And then at the knee, he can bend to about a 9-degree angle. So you can get him in one of those Negan's about to smash his head positions. And then at the ankles, there's a... yeah, it's got a back and forth rocker hinge. There's no ankle pivot or anything, but this is based on the classic figure. In fact, you know what, let me grab a Mego figure for the hell of it. I'll be right back. This is going to be annoying to you guys, but I'll keep talking so you're not bored. I didn't stop talking. I won't shut up. Okay, so here's a start over. Here's a Mego Spider-Man figure that I have, who is in quite pristine condition, I will say. This is an original, and here he is next to the Gremlin. You can see that they fit in quite perfectly. The same size, really. The only difference is this guy's got a little fur on his top. And this could work very well. If you had the Captain Kirk figure, you could put him in a suit, set him alongside this guy, and it would be like just straight out of the TV show itself. So yeah, I would recommend this figure if you see him for a non-too expensive price, but if he's too expensive, I would definitely pass him up, because he's not an amazing figure. He's just a cool thing to have in your collection if you want someone to say, hey, I remember that guy. That weird furry from that old thing that no one really remembers. I'm pretty sure it's Twilight Zone now that I'm thinking of it. I think it's Twilight Zone, but I'm probably wrong. You guys tell me. Alright, so tell me what you guys think about this figure. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next review. Peace.